Now that I have my enlarged plan interior elevation set up, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wall right here. I'm going to add some tile to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is to come in here to my enlarged view. I want to make sure that I have just a separate wall. It's just right there at the back of the bathtub. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to edit this type of wall. I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm just going to put in here that I'm adding tile. And then I'll just come in here, I'm just going to add another layer. And I'm just going to put this on the interior side. I'm going to assign this to be finish 2. And then I'm just going to add, and I'm just going to create a new material and call this tile. And then I'm just going to assign a surface pattern here just to make sure that I can see it. So I'm going to do a 12-inch tile. And then I'm going to click OK. And then I'm just going to assign 1/2 inch for the thickness and click OK. And then I'm just going to check if I turn my thin lines on here, you'll see that I now have an extra layer right here. So I've got chipboard, stud layer, chipboard, and then tile. Now, if you look at my interior elevation, you'll see that we have tile going all the way from basically the floor to the ceiling. The next thing I want to do is I want to actually create a wall where the tile only goes up 6 feet and not all the way to the ceiling. So to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to create what's called a stacked wall. So I'm going to double click into here real quick, and I'm going to come here to wall, and then I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom. We have this section called stacked walls, and I'm just going to grab, and it doesn't matter which one because I'm just going to duplicate it and make some changes. I'm just going to say duplicate, and this is going to be my tile, and we're going to say 6 feet 0 inches. And I'm going to come here to structure and hit edit. Now what a stacked wall does is this lets me take 2 wall types and put them on top of each other. And so you'll see right here we have height. So we have one that's 3 feet and one that's variable. With Revit, since walls can be associated to a level, so in this case level 1 to level 2, if level 2 ever changes, the height of the wall always updates to match that height. And so the variable wall type is you telling which wall type do you want to be the one that stretches when that change happens. So what we're going to do is I'm going to change this one, and we're going to find our 2x4 with tile. That's going to be our base, so we want that one to go up to 6 feet. And then basically after that, I don't care. So we're going to pick the regular chipboard one. And what this is saying is that so if my ceilings were to go from 8 feet to 9 feet, it's going to stretch the wall type that just has the chipboard, not the type that has the tile. And we're just going to hit this preview button. And I just want to zoom in and make sure that my walls are aligning perfectly, which they are. So we have our layers are matching up. If it was slightly off, I would just have to come play with this offset a little bit until I got them to line up. But now I'm going to hit OK, and then OK again. And then if I come pick this wall right here and then scroll down to my stacked walls and pick my tile, then you'll see that this now updates my wall on my interior elevation to have tile that only goes 6 feet above the floor.